Alrighty then.
Welcome to Indoor Fun. Alrighty then. Got a cool pool video today talking about the swerve shot and the masse shot. So here's a shot where you can't take a shot at the 9. The 8's in the way, right? But you could play a swerve shot. So a swerve shot, basically you aim away from the 8 ball, and then you have to put some downward English on the right side, kind of down just a little bit. And it really depends on how much you have to swerve it. In this case, the 9's kind of sitting right in the corner. I don't have to swerve it as much. I could actually just use the rail a little bit. Let me just show you that. So that's a classic swerve shot. I'll show it from the other side so you get a good view of my cue. All right, let's see what that looks like from behind the ball. Okay, so in this case, I don't have a shot at the 9 ball, right? But if I aim to the left and I get this, and I can put enough English down on the low right, I can basically put enough spin to swerve it, to curve it back towards the 9 ball, right? And this just takes practice. So I'm going to aim to the left. I'm going to get a good amount of curve on this ball, swerve. And I didn't hit it. I hit it too hard. So that's one thing about this shot. If you hit it too hard, sometimes the English just won't take. Okay, it just won't take as much. Right? So let's try that again. I'm going to just a little softer. Nice amount of English. Get that thing to really swerve. Oh man, that swerved a lot. All right, so I put a little extra on that one. Let me show you that and a more direct close-up view so you really see my cue action. All right, let's show you how steep I come down on this ball. The steeper you come, right, the more you can aim out to the left and the more you can get it to swerve back. Just like that. Alrighty, then let's talk about the masse shot. So I've got 3 different cues. I've got my regular cue, right? But my ceiling is too short for this cue. I've got my Sneaky Pete, which is cut a little bit shorter. I used to use this one for breaking. I still use it quite often. I actually like this cue. So it's a Sneaky Pete. So if you don't know what a Sneaky Pete is, it's a cue that is supposed to look like a bar cue, right? It just happens to be a 2-piece. So it does screw together, right? So you can basically take that wherever you want, and you don't draw as much attention as you would, if you went into a pool hall with your fancy stick. This one's good because I can get enough height that I can apply the English that I need. Now, this is my very first pool cue that I bought when I was in high school. I bought this in Florida when I was visiting my grandparents. And I bought a second one as well for my friend Jack, the Maritime Touch Lebrec, which I mentioned in a previous video. He still has his. I cut this down a long time ago. I use this as a jump cue, and I use it for masse shots. Now, I haven't taken a masse shot in quite a long time, so I'll use my Sneaky Pete, and I'm going to use a secondary ball to kind of give myself a little extra support in getting the spin. It'll help me get the spin off this other ball. But let's just do a little basic masse where I come down, I put enough spin that I back this cue ball into the 9. Ha! Very cool. Now I'm going to try that with my other one, without the use of the secondary ball. This might take a few turns, but I might just edit it and just show the good shot. Anyway, let's see how it looks. You definitely want to have lots of chalk when you do this shot. And you're going to come right down. Here I can have a lot of space. I can actually even put my arm down. You know, I can just kind of give myself as much support as I need. Ha! So, the other thing about this is you might notice all of these dots on my table. I've taken a few of these over the years. I get a bit more support if I kind of step on the table. I'm sitting on the table. I've still got one foot down on the ground, and I'm able to really kind of jack up and get down on this ball to get the spin that I need. Oh, close. Try that again. Reach over. Get a little chalk. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't do this at a pool hall. Man, they'll come running at you, okay? Last thing you want to do is rip the cloth. Got some good spin, but it was going in the wrong direction. I'm going to try one more time. Yes! That's a fun shot. I'll try this one. I have a lot further distance to go. I'm going to actually use the secondary ball again to kind of help me. On that last shot, you notice that I secured my hand up against my leg. The shot before it, I was kind of freehanding it, and it's just a lot harder to get good control. So just something to kind of consider. So if you've got this shot, right, you want to really kind of secure against your leg. And I should be able to kind of just put a whole bunch of spin. It'll really help with the 8 ball there. And it should be able to come back, and it should come back quite a bit faster. So let's just see if I can get that to work. Hey, yo! Ha! Love it! All right, here's a fun one. This is kind of a combination swerve / masse. So I've got a long shot. I'm frozen against the 8 ball, but the 9 ball's on the pocket. I'm going to basically play this like a swerve, where I'm going to be aiming out here, but I'm going to put a ton of masse type English on it, and it's going to basically come off that 8 ball with a ton of spin and just come right over here. It's almost like a 90-degree angle, right? So I'm basically going to be aiming kind of this way, but the spin is just going to take, because I'm going to be jacked up so much, and I have the support of that 8 ball, which really helps get a lot more friction. So really you can get a lot more spin because of that contact. So let's just see what that looks like. Basically, I'm going to jack right up, and we're going to kind of see how it goes. Yes! I hope that looked good on the video. Let's just see. That's so fun, man. You can do so much with these swerve shots and masse shots. Like I said before, if you're in a pool hall, don't jack it completely vertical, because you could easily, right, rip the cloth, and you know, you'll be in trouble for that. But you know, there's nothing wrong with kind of a little bit. So then you can kind of slowly go up and down, and then you'll be able to put more and more swerve on it until you get even almost completely vertical masse. Somewhere in between, you're kind of a swervy masse shot, whatever you want to call it. In that particular case, right, I was able to bring that cue ball and just bring it right across. And that's fun. See ya. Thanks for watching. See ya.